Welcome to Nayara Gardens, located in beautiful Costa Rica, in what might possibly be the most beautiful room I've ever stayed in. But more on that in a minute. Nayara Gardens is part of 3 resorts that are all interconnected. They also have one that is the tented camps, as well as Nayara Springs, which is adult only. You can take advantage of the volcanic hot springs on site. There are 4 of them, and as their name suggests, they're pretty hot. Of course, there's a lot more to the resort than just a few hot springs. You'll find beautifully manicured landscaping, wonderful walking paths, including some nature hikes that you can take. By the way, there's a few sloths on site that you can try to find. There's also beautiful pools, and even though when we went, it was technically high season in January, we oftentimes found that we had the entire pool setting to ourselves. Not going to complain about that. One thing to remember is because the resort is in the mountainous rainforest part of Costa Rica, that it tends to be pretty hilly. So pack accordingly and just expect to climb a lot of hills and get a lot of steps in if you are exploring on site. But now back to the star of the show at Nayara Gardens, this beautiful room. This particular room was equipped with a couch and a king's bed. Of course, it has some beautiful artwork behind the headboard. And to the left of the bed, you'll find a wonderful little sitting area, although I'm not going to lie, I don't think we once sat there the entire time we were at the resort. Outside, as you saw once before, there's this beautiful plunge pool. We'll come back to that here in a moment. There is a TV included in the room, although we didn't spend a lot of time watching TV. There's a desk, but then an entirely separate area behind the bed opens up into the bathroom. Bathroom is equipped with full-size Western toilet. It's the little things, after all. Double sinks. 2 of the biggest armoires I've ever seen. At least there's plenty of space for Heather's clothes. But then inside, there is this wonderful shower with dual rain shower heads. And if that wasn't cool enough, you could also have this sliding door over to the left, which allows you to go outside into a secluded area. And as you probably guessed out here, 2 more rain shower heads. So if you really want to, you never have to shower inside the entire time you're there. Now I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on plunge pools, but this one may have been one of my favorites. Overlooking the lush tropical gardens, and with a cloud-obscured Mount Arenal in the distance, this might be the most beautiful plunge pool I've ever seen. On top of its beauty, you can even turn on the jets with a simple push of the button. and you can adjust the strength of the jets with the knobs on the deck. And at night, they even light it up for you. It was really hard to put into words how beautifully manicured the grounds were. All of the walkways look similar to this, and on this particular bridge is where the sloths tended to hang out in the treetops high above it. So if you're ever on site, take a guide with you with a telescope and see if you can find Tony. Now, it wouldn't be Costa Rica if you didn't indulge in some type of coffee experience. And the on-site coffee shop was as beautiful as the rest of the resort. But of course, Costa Rica has so much more to offer than just resorts. One of the best things we did was zip lining. So if you've ever wondered what it looks like to zip line on a half-mile cable at up to 40 miles an hour, well, allow me to show you.
No.
All right. And if you travel with my wife, you can rest assured that you're going to find coffee somehow, somewhere. Well, we took the all-natural route, and we took a guided tour of Don Juan, Arenal, where they showed us where coffee is grown and how they harvest it. And of course, they'll brew it for you right on site. Looks a little different than the machine that we use at home, but as somebody who doesn't really drink coffee, I'll take his word for it. Now, if chocolate is more of your thing, well then you're in luck on this tour as well. Following the coffee portion of the tour, we learned all about how they harvest chocolate. And at the very end, they take the pure chocolate nibs and they allow us to grind it up. Now you'll notice that Heather struggled a bit there towards the end, so we had to call in the big guns to finish up. And the best part of the entire experience, we got to make our own chocolate bar. I don't think you can properly put into words how much sugar you have to add. Now, if zip lining is a little bit too exciting for you, but a guided tour through chocolate and coffee plantations might be a little too slow for your taste, a nice in-between measure are the Mystico hanging bridges. were much more enthralled with this guy than the locals were. Now, in a country as diverse as Costa Rica, there are certainly many things that we missed. But if you ever wonder what it was like to go to the Pacific Coast, well, you'll just have to wait for part 2 to see what that looks like.